Hey, what's happening? It's Christina, Keto Boss Babe here, and today I'm going to tell you all about the Quest protein bars and their cookies because they're really good. But I'm going to talk to you some of the ingredients that are in there, the label, the macros, and then if this is something that you really want to add to your keto lifestyle or if you want to keep it out. So let's go ahead and get started. I have three different bars or cookies that we're looking at here. The Hero bars, and then we have the regular Quest bars. These are all of their like keto low carb versions. And then the cookies. These are really good. They're delicious. So first of all, let's talk about eating processed food. So obviously these bars are processed, they're manufactured in a facility, they're packaged, they're put on the grocery store shelves, and then you eat them. The nice thing is you can leave them in your cabinet or pantry for a while. You can leave them in the car as long as it's not too hot and melty. Bring them with you and they last for a long time. The bad thing is shopping for processed food, we kind of compare it to like shopping for a house, right? So you've got some things that are maybe on your wish list, some things that you absolutely don't want. And when you look at the labels on processed food, you kind of look at them like that. Like some people, it's really important to have a dining room. Some people, it's really important to have not have a big yard that they want to mow. So when you go shopping for processed food, it's kind of similar to this. Some people want to make sure that there are no peanuts in their processed food. Some people are really picky about the different sweeteners. They really like some sweeteners, they don't like others. Some people are really picky about the fibers, and it's different for every person. And so you have to make the decision for you on whether or not this works with your lifestyle. Now, Nick and I, Keto Dad and I, we really like these. The taste is good, the flavor is good, and my kids really like them. But with that being said, they're not an everyday option for us. So we might leave some at the cabin over the summer, so we have something like when we get there and we haven't unpacked yet, something we can eat right away. They might come with us on a car ride, or if we have a busy day, if we're going to the zoo or something with the kids, it's something we bring along with. Do I eat it every single day for lunch? No. I want to make sure that I'm eating my basic clean proteins like my chicken, my steak, my pork, things like that. And then lots of fresh veggies along with it. But these are a really great way to fill a hole if you don't have any food ready or you're really busy. So we do eat them, and we do keep some in the pantry. And let's go ahead and start talking about the labels on some of these. So we'll start with this Quest Peanut Chocolate Crunch Bar. It looks delicious, and the bars themselves, they actually are like in a little bit of a clear package here. You can see, and they remind me of the Kashi bars, but they're really good. So these are a little crunchier. They're still soft, so my kids can eat them. They're really hard nut ones. These ones obviously have peanuts in them. They're called Peanut Crunch. There are other versions that you can get peanut free. So the bar itself is a very normal looking bar. And let's talk about the ingredients and the label on the back, because that is important. When you are shopping for your house, when you are shopping for your processed food, there are some things that I like to avoid, and that's usually in the sweetener and the fiber areas. And then also if you see a massive amount of carbs and a massive amount of fiber, it's just not something that always works well for me. So there are 5 bars in this box. The serving size is 1 bar. Always look at the serving size. And then I also look at the calories that go along with it, thinking, okay, how long is this gonna fill me up? How big of a meal or a snack is this gonna be? So these are 210 calories, which is a good amount. 15 grams of fat, which is nice. 14 carbs. So let's find out what makes up those 14 carbs. Of those carbs, 7 are fiber, so we're now down to 7 net carbs. And then 3 are sugar alcohol, so 7 minus 3, we're now down to 4 net carbs. And they have 5 net carbs on here. So I guess our math is a little bit different, but the sugar alcohols are in there, and then 10 grams of protein. So overall, like pretty good macros. The ingredients: peanuts, soluble corn fiber, palm kernel oil, whey protein isolate, erythritol, glycerin, milk protein, sodium. So nothing in there that's like a major trigger for me. I don't see any sucralose. I don't see some of the tapioca fibers that may or may not be good. And there's a couple other fibers out there that aren't always the best. But overall, really good on the macros and good on the ingredients. So let's look at their other bars, the Hero bars, the Quest Hero bars. This is also a chocolate peanut butter one. My kids and Nick love chocolate peanut butter stuff. Let me open this one all the way. So we have a couple of these left. These ones are a little bit smaller of a bar. So that's the size of this one. This is the size. Oh, no, maybe they're about the same. And then there's smaller packaging, I guess. And then for the calories, they're 200 calories. So it's right about the same. These ones, their Hero bars are like coated in chocolate. So they can be a little bit messy for kids, but for an adult or someone who can eat responsibly, they're fine. I really like these ones. So it's kind of the same protein blend of the milk protein isolate and the whey protein. Peanuts, palm kernel oil. This one uses a newer sweetener called allulose, and it's not on the label the same. So when you look at the label and you do the math, it doesn't work out. But it shows elsewhere on the box, somewhere on here, it showed that it has 5 grams of allulose in it. There you go, 5 grams of allulose in it. So that is a keto sweetener. It's very good. And I tend to really like things with allulose in them. I like the sweetener. So this one made me kind of excited when I saw the label on it. So it uses allulose and erythritol. The soluble corn fiber is a fiber source in there. The one thing that pops out is at the very end, which means one of the smaller quantity ingredients, they do have sucralose. And I don't know if it's in like the chocolate casing on the bar or what. Now it's a very small amount, and if you're not eating these every day, I would say it's probably negligible. It's not going to be an issue for you. But if you're really concerned about the sugars or the sugar replacements that you're eating, just keep that in mind. But for me, it's so far down on the ingredient list and I don't eat them super often that it's totally fine. So those are the Hero bars. Then we have the chocolate ones. The chocolate cookies, they literally are this big. They're a huge cookie. 240 calories, so they'll really fill you up. 21 grams of carbs, 11 fibers, so that leaves us down with 10 net carbs, and then 5 grams of erythritol. So you're getting 5 net carbs in the cookie. This, for me, is like my special afternoon snack. Sometimes I'll have one of these. They're so good. I love the chocolate ones. They have chocolate, they have chocolate chip, they have chocolate chip peanut butter, they have snickerdoodle. There's a ton of options. They're really good, but it's hard to not want them all the time. Luckily they only come 4 in a box, so I can't have too many if I just buy a box at a time. But as far as the ingredients, they have the protein blend of the milk protein and the whey protein, which the nice thing is in all these proteins, it's a complete protein, so it has all of your essential amino acids in them. Sometimes when you get the vegetable or the veggie-based proteins, they don't have everything in it. The meat-based or dairy-based proteins do. So they don't have all the essential amino acids in them. It has the same soluble corn fiber, butter, erythritol, palm oil, really the same ingredients as the bars. The cookies are soft. They're really tasty. Almost too tasty, but they're really good. So I would highly recommend any of these. Again, it's not something that we eat every single day, but it definitely is something that we love to have in the house and to keep around, and that the kids can eat and we feel good about it. There's not so much fiber in there that they're gonna get an upset stomach or have bathroom issues. And then the sweeteners they use are really good in these as well, with the exception of a little bit of sucralose in the Hero bars, but not so much that it would kind of kick me out of it. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. If you have a favorite Quest bar, let us know. We'd love to hear about it. So have an awesome day. Keep it simple, keep it fun, keep it keto. We'll talk to you later.